We just got done singing a bunch of nursery rhymes. Raj has me read nursery rhymes every night. Hickory dickory dock.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple versions of that one.
I only know the clean, kid version. I don't know the others. Yeah. But I like nursery rhymes, man. There's Peter Pumpkin Eater had a wife and couldn't keep her. Actually, that's a different one. I don't know.
You're blending them all together.
I'm blending them all together. All right.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Today is Monday, the 20th. We just got done with a massive glazed donut Keto Brick launch, and the orders are still rolling in.
Oh, yeah.
And we made a ton of this flavor. We made
like a
mountain.
Quadruple amount.
Yeah. I mean, we just exclusively made this flavor for 2 consecutive weeks. So we've got a bunch.
Yep.
But we're not going to make it again anytime soon. So if you want it, definitely get on it now. But I got a feeling as people ordered, like this initial wave of people that ordered,
I think they'll be back to get some more.
Yeah, they're going to get them. They're going to taste how good these things are, and they're going to be like, all right, we need to double down and get more while we can.
Because we send these out to a whole bunch of influencers and some people on our little VIP list, and that is 100% unanimous, incredible feedback.
Yeah, I mean, it tastes like a freaking glazed donut, like a baked good. I don't know how we did it, but we did it.
But 2 Crazy Ketos, they also said it kind of has a taste of like a white chocolate macadamia nut cookie.
Yeah, I watched that review.
Which I could see, but yeah, it's good. It's definitely a different flavor than we've got in any of the other bricks.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna get right into it today, y'all. We both have notebooks in front of us. It's about to get real.
We're gonna play
real
Pictionary.
Technical. We're gonna play Pictionary.
Yeah.
Tic-tac-toe, actually.
Oh, good.
So we're gonna dive into something. So Greg just came out of his competition season. You are now 2 weeks post show. Is it 3 weeks?
3 weeks. Yeah,
3 weeks post show. I am square in the middle of my building phase, and both you and I and several others are planning on doing a prep in 2027. So we effectively have. It'll take you a few months to fully recuperate from the cut. So for all intents and purposes, we can say that we have a solid year, 2026, to capitalize on gains before we go into a cutting phase again.
Which is worth noting that a lot of people try to compete every single year, every season. So
can we dispel that real quick before we dive into this?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe we just quick jaunt on that little detour.
You introduced it. You want to say anything on it?
I was just going to say, if you're competing every single season or every single calendar year, you still have to incorporate somewhat of a reverse and then hang out at a maintenance or surplus for a while, and then you're going right back into a cut. So you don't really allow yourself ample time in that maintenance or in that growth phase to make substantial improvement. What do you think?
Yeah, same thing. Basically, there's a couple use case scenarios where it may be beneficial to do multiple, like a cut every year. One would be if you are starting from a morbidly obese standpoint to begin with, and you do realistically need to spend more time kind of cutting down, and then you have like a little reset phase in between. That could be a use case. Or that's pretty much the only one.
Granted, it's competing is fun. If you want to compete all the time and you're not too worried about making substantial progress, or maybe you do still make some substantial progress, then compete every year. But
if you're taking a bunch of gear, you could justify competing multiple times or every year. But like if you're natural, and this holds
takes
true.
Time.
Yeah, this holds true whether you're a seasoned lifter or not. But it's like if you're natural, it takes more time to build legitimate skeletal muscle tissue than it does to burn body fat. So if it takes more time to build muscle than to burn body fat, it's like you need to spend more time building muscle than burning body fat. And if you compete every single year, you're going to have at least 4 to 6 months of time dieting down for a show, depending on how long your prep is. Because like a 12-week cut is not a great strategy. Like you need to give yourself time so you're not dieting too aggressively, so you hold on to the muscle that you've built. So if you're dieting for 4 to 6 months, that's half the year right there. And then you take another 3 months to reverse diet back to a healthy baseline. That's 9 months right there. 7 to 9 months.
So you get like 3 to 5 months in
yeah, so you've got like
maintenance
3
or
months to
building.
build,
Yeah.
and then you're doing it all over again. Like, it's just not a worthwhile use. I mean, my last prep was in 23, and then I probably reversed out of that and was stable by February or March of 2024, and I'm not competing again until 2027 because I'm going to get bigger, better, and, you know, improve my physique from the last time. So
I just bring that up because neither one of us are prepping in 26,
correct.
but we want to build in 26.
And as I've alluded to in the prior recordings, I've been kind of checking the box with my training. Like, my check in the box is still pretty freaking hardcore, but I've just been so distracted with work and business and having another kid that, like, I train every day. I'm not losing any muscle. I'm steadily building muscle, but not at the rate that I probably could if I'm making that a focus. So I want to get more focused.
Yep.
Which is why we have our notebooks. So this is what we're going to do. Real time, y'all. We're going to build out a new training split that we're both going to be doing real time on this recording, and then we're going to make it like a template that's live in my training app, which people can download for free and use and follow along if they choose to. We've got some other templates already built in there, but this is what we're going to be doing.
Yes, sir.
To provide some context, for the past 2, honestly, probably 3 years now, I've been doing a full body routine, which I've liked a lot. I typically train 5 to 6 days a week, every body part every day, and 1 exercise per body part every day that I train. So a lot more frequency, but a little bit less intensity on a given day because it's spread across all body parts. But I think that's great for preserving muscle and building muscle with that increased frequency. But I want to kind of double down a little bit more on the intensity metric. And if you're going hardcore on the intensity, you can't realistically train it every day like we have been.
Right.
So let's dive into it, man. This will be useful for people that are trying to build out their own, because I get people all the time asking about how to build a training split. What should I do? And you don't have to follow this exact split, but listen to how we go through it and then apply it to your own needs. So what I like to do, and Greg, feel free to interject at any point here, but before you can really know how to optimally train, you got to know your physique and kind of where you're starting from. So both you and I have our own weak points and strong points with our physique, so we kind of need to figure out what our weak points are and how can we capitalize on improving them over this next year. So what would you say your personal weak points are from a developmental standpoint?
Based on judging feedback, I didn't have any necessarily weak points. Well, areas to maybe focus on for improvement. So I guess that'd be considered a weak point. I'd like to get rounder, larger side delts, rear delts, shoulders in general, just to work up a little bit more of that wide V taper. Because I really can't change the width of my waist, but I can widen from the top. And then also glute development. I want to focus on a little bit more glute and outer quad.
Okay. And just like speaking as your coach and someone whose physique I've seen evolve over the years, like you do have a very big midsection.
Yeah, it's just
yeah,
girthy.
I think you should just wear a waist trainer for the next year and then just call it good, bro.
Yeah, but my hips are like legit, like they're not going anywhere.
Yeah. Now you've got a thick waist, so in order to get that elusive V taper, you just got to build up the upper body. Yeah.
So essentially, I want to go wider at the top and wider with the quad sweep, so we get a little bit more of that pronounced X.
Exactly. And they're all looking for the X. That's what WNBF specifically. Like when I'm on the judges' calls, they're like X frame.
Isn't there like X Factor show or something too? Like,
probably.
That's probably something
dumb. So bolder shoulders, rounder delts, glute development.
Yep.
All right.
How about Roberto?
Well, let me give you some more feedback as well. I feel like I can do that because I'm a judge now too.
Ooh.
But I feel like if your hamstrings were brought up, then when you do your side chest poses, you would have a lot more depth to your frame.
Oh, for sure.
Because when you've
quads
got
and
big
hammies,
legs, and you've got honestly pretty good sized quads too. Like we always want to get everything bigger, but like when you hit your side poses, like honestly, even from the back when you're hitting a rear lat or a rear double, like you've got pretty solid hamstrings. But when you hit your side poses, side chest, side tricep, they disappear. So we kind of want to like get those popping from the side poses, because I think that would make you look 20 pounds heavier than you actually are.
I'm in.
So
I'm in.
I'm just going to put glute development / hamstrings, hammies. Now, those are your weak
Booty
points.
and legs.
Booty and legs. What would you say my weak points are?
I don't have any.
Oh, come on, man. Critique me here.
Sometimes you sing in the shower.
So I do sing in the shower. You were singing in the shower today.
I was.
You were singing Britney Spears.
That's because you turned Britney Spears on.
What was the song?
Give it to me
one more time. What's that song called?
Probably One More Time.
Probably.
I don't know.
One more time. All right, so what are my weak points, man?
I don't think you have any weak points.
I definitely have weak points. My chest is definitely underdeveloped.
As far as strength or size or what?
Size. Like I've got a bird chest.
Bird chest? Don't birds have good puffed out breasts?
You never heard that expression?
No.
Bird chest?
No.
You've heard that, right? Bird chest?
Bird chest?
Puffed out breast?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I like it. We're laughing the whole time now. All right, so chest is my weak point. And then I've always had legs as a weak point, but I feel like my legs have actually come up quite a bit. I feel like my back and my arms are my best body parts. What do you think your best body part is? Actually, let's do that. Let's go back a little bit. So those are your weak points: rounder delts, glute development, and hamstrings. What are your strong points? Because that's going to kind of dictate what we take away from in the training intensity.
I got good calves.
You do have good calves.
I probably don't have to train calves in 2026.
All right, let me put a column here for strengths.
That's it. That's all I got.
Good calves.
Yep.
All right, so we got Greg. He's got those cows, bulls. What else you got? You got good arms too, man.
I don't know. I don't like picking myself apart.
You got good arms.
Arms.
And you've got a good chest. Your chest. You don't
It's
have
decent.
a bird chest. You don't have the bird chest. You have your version of the bird chest, which is
Puffy.
fluffy, puffy breasts.
No, not like breasts. It's like bird breast. You know, like chicken breast, duck breast.
Chicken breast. All right.
You know,
Chicken breast. It's better than chicken legs.
it's true.
All right. I would say your arms are solid. Now, my strengths are for sure my back and my arms. Those are.
You got solid legs. Your wheels are good.
They need to be bigger though. I want to definitely make that a focus. My legs have caught up with my upper body. I want to just grow them more because I want that sweep as well. So we got our strengths, we got our weaknesses. Let me elaborate a little bit more on my weakness. So my chest is weak, and then I honestly probably need more rear delt work too. So it looks like you and I both can be doing some deltoid work.
Delts and traps.
Delts and traps. All right. Now, going to the schedule, how many days a week would we realistically want to train?
5 or 6.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Why do you want to do 5 or 6?
I don't like taking days off.
I don't get tired. All right.
I usually like to set aside at least one day for an active rest or recovery day, maybe some lower intensity cardio, stair climber, some sled work, anything like that, on a day that I don't train anything else.
Do we want to have a dedicated cardio day?
I don't know.
People ask me this all the time. Should we do cardio in the off season? I don't recommend doing multiple days of cardio because then you basically make that the new baseline.
Right.
And then when you're trying to cut down, you have to add to that baseline in order to elicit a response. You know,
I don't-
you can
I mean, I
obviously
don't-
cut macros, but like as far as cardio is concerned.
Like I don't think of it as like a prescribed cardio, but I like to stay moving every single day.
Yeah.
So do something active, hopefully outdoors as the weather permits.
Yeah, that's key for sure. I do think there is benefit to having like minimal amount of cardio, like some cardio in the off season, because you don't want to be gassed on your heavy set of squats because you lack cardiovascular conditioning.
Exactly.
Because then that's going to in turn hinder your weight training.
So in fact, I might even throw some sprints in there. I haven't done
I thought about
sprints
doing
in a
some
minute.
sprints. There's another thing I want to do too, which is velocity work. So of all the different
Explosive
so you've got
stuff?
strength, you've got endurance, and you've got explosiveness. And as people age, the thing that drops off the most rapidly is explosiveness, which is kind of funny. The things that drop off the most rapidly, most explosively, is your explosiveness. And the best, safest way that I think you can do that, because sprints kind of come with some risk, but the best thing for velocity work and explosive work that's safe, I'd say would be like box jumps, like one of those plyo boxes where you're just working on improving, vertical takeoff from the ground. I'd buy some of those, some plyo, not those crazy rogue wooden ones because I'd be busting my shins on those.
No.
But those soft ones.
Yeah.
Those would be cool. I can get a whole bunch of those, and then Rigel can have them in the gym, make like a fort or something.
They make the ones that have 3 different dimensions.
Heights,
Yeah, so you can flip them. Yep.
So that'd be good. So I think having a dedicated cardio day once a week is advantageous because then it just ensures a baseline level of cardiovascular conditioning, which will then improve overall training intensity.
Absolutely. Yep.
So we'll have one dedicated cardio day. What do you want that to be? I've kind of just been doing 15 minutes of Stairmaster every week and then when I'm in prep, I'll scale that up.
Because it activates as much muscle fiber as anything or more.
So I'm kind of leaning towards the Stairmaster for that. Now, nothing crazy, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops. That's all you need. Active rest can be a variety of things. That could be you walking at the park. That could be a hike in the mountains. That can be whatever. That could be me walking behind a mower all day long.
I'm also thinking about getting into some rock climbing.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw some people bouldering the other day at Lincoln Lake. They were like unpacking their crash pads and everything. There's a whole bunch of spots for it there.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of spots, actually local places, indoor areas. Like
that
I
would
asked
be a
somebody
cool team
online.
day.
Yes, it would be. But I'm thinking, all right, the weather's going to start getting cooler. Can't go hiking, can't do a whole lot outside. I want to find something to keep upper and lower body really recruited in some type of different way besides just weight training. And so I asked one of these people online, like, hey, is there places around here? And she listed off like 4 or 5 places you can go.
There's a bunch
indoors and climb these massive walls, and it's like this huge recreation area.
And I think so like if you're lifting and you're just in like a perma bulk scenario, you can just keep going heavier and heavier as your leverage points improve because you're carrying more weight. So you can keep seeing the performance metrics from a lifting standpoint improve as you add more weight. But when you're doing a sport like that, or like the trail runs for me, like if I'm carrying too much weight, that performance really takes a dip.
Yeah.
So if you're doing something like that, that'll kind of like keep you within the guardrails, so to speak.
Plus, there's a lot of like mental acuity involved with that, and learning and progressing. And I just thought it'd be something sweet to do.
We should do that.
Yeah,
we should do it as a team day, and let's all go rock climbing, totally untrained, and then just laugh as we all bust our asses.
Yes, correct.
That's what would happen.
But I mean, there's probably like some guides there, like an introduction to the sport, like here's what we're going to do. We're going to harness you up. Here's how this works. This is what you do. Cause they have, like the color coded touch points or whatever they're called. And then levels of difficulty vary depending on which colors you go for, what type of handles you grab and all. I don't know any of the language, but I'm down to learn it cause that'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm totally down. That'd be cool.
Yep.
And I feel like you got to have really good, just bodily awareness and agility.
I mean, you got to have hand-eye coordination. You have balance, flexibility, all that stuff.
I saw one free climbing guy the other day. I'm totally getting off topic, but it's pretty cool. So he was underneath a rock face. So like he was climbing the wall, and then the rock wall like went way out like this.
Okay,
and
upside down.
He was up underneath where that thing jetted out, and then no ropes, no harnesses, no nothing. The only handhold he could get was like way out here on this, thing, which is like nothing beneath him. And he just like jumps and grabs it with one hand. And I'm like, dude, if you didn't get that perfect, there's literally like you're dead.
You're gonzo. Yeah.
Let's not do that yet. We'll
skip that. That might have been AI.
Yeah. It may have been AI. All right. So we got an active rest day, which could be anything. It could be like working outside, driving T-posts, going for a hike, rock climbing. One cardio day.
Just to stay active, off the couch.
All right, so that's 2 days right there. So we got
5 days of training.
5 more days left. Yep. So we got 5 training days. Now, 5 training days.
5-day split.
5-day split. Spit. All right. Now, we have done a few different formats in the past. When I first started lifting, I did a standalone bro split with like one body part per day. So I would literally have an arm day, which is both bis and tris, a dedicated leg day, dedicated chest day, back day.
Probably like a shoulder day.
Yeah, I probably had I guess I would have had shoulders by itself. So that'd been 5 days right there. The thing I didn't like about that is it's literally a whole week between hitting legs the second time or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Which worked really well. And honestly, I don't not recommend that if you're a new lifter, because you're going to have some DOMs, you're going to have delayed onset muscle soreness, you're going to have like a whole bunch of new stimuli. And if you're doing that, like your body is just going to be receptive to any new stimulus you give it. So you're going to be getting those newbie gains. And that's kind of a good way to ensure that you don't overtrain. But we're not newbie gains phase anymore. We're that seasoned, mature, advanced lifter
seasoned
status.
And spicy.
And with that being the case, especially if we're natural, we probably would benefit from at least 2 training stimulus for a given body part in a given week.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure we're doing that. Does it say something funny?
No, you're reading my mind right now, because what I enjoy doing, what I find works best, and keeps me engaged and not bored with it, is hitting everything twice in a rotation, but with varying intensity. Mm-hmm. So like a heavy back day for one of the sessions, and more of a hypertrophy, higher volume, maybe some different movements for the second one inside the 5-day rotation.
Yeah, I like it.
So
and we were doing a heavy hypertrophy 8-day split.
Yeah.
Which is kind of similar. I guess just kind of how you want to do your
That's just the elongated
stuff.
way out over the calendar. But if we're doing a 5-day, you're going to compress that time span down.
Right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to we'll just kind of have a couple of days here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess 7 for the week.
Yeah,
and then
if you're going to include like an active rest and a cardio day in there.
And it's kind of what I don't want to do, and this is what I didn't like about the body part split, is like legs would always be Monday or something like that. Normally chest is Monday, that's International Chest Day. But then what I don't like about that is if Friday is always back day and I'm leaving for a conference on Friday, which is typically the case, then I miss that back day or it's just wonky. So I don't really necessarily want to have a dedicated day of the week fall on a certain body part. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, if you have a 7-day rotation, which looks like what you're writing out, essentially, if you were to hit it the same every single week, they would all fall on the same day of the week anyways. But what you're saying maybe is not prescribing Monday to chest, Tuesday. It's more or less just day 1, day 2, day 3, and then you self-schedule.
Exactly.
All right, I'm on day 6 today. Tomorrow's day 7, and then we start at day 1, day 2.
And then we could always move the cardio day or the active rest day wherever it's convenient.
You can plug that in. Like if you're going to be out of town, I'm going to be out of town, or we're just both tired or whatever, you can just say, all right, let's stick active rest today, and then we'll pick up where we left off.
Agreed. Yeah. So we're gonna target a heavy hypertrophy style with a 5 training day split. And there's a couple other things that I want to make sure we get into the framework here. If we're going heavy, we got to make sure that we're giving ample time between body part regions. So like for instance, if we're doing heavy legs, I don't want the next day to be heavy back, because then I'm probably going to be doing deadlifts or something for back, and my legs are already going to be secondarily pretty taxed.
Right.
So we got to be smart about that. But if we're doing like heavy chest, then my legs will still be relatively fresh, and I could do that afterwards. So if we're wanting to just map this out, how much time do we want to spend in the gym?
Hour and a half.
Okay, hour and a half. That sounds good. What would you have as day 1? Let's just start getting some things on paper.
I remember last time I ran through a split like this, which was end of 2024, it was heavy push. So you're not just limiting it to chest, because push can include overhead, include shoulders, it can include triceps, anything that's a pushing movement. So heavy push, hyper pull. I'd put that on the same day. So your rep ranges in your heavy moves for the day would be maybe in the 5 to 8 range. You'd start with your compound moves early on in the workout. You could add a little bit of heavy triceps, single joint stuff, and then you'd go into hyper or volume style pull movements, and that would be rep ranges of 12 plus, 15 plus. Where you're really focusing on contraction, time under tension, and you're doing, you can switch your heavy moves for one body part and your hyper moves for that same body part. They don't have to be the same movements. In fact, you'd probably be more appealing to switch them so you're not doing the same movements with different rep ranges. So like heavy push, hyper pull could be lat pull downs, seated rows.
Let's figure out the exercises here in a second.
Yeah.
But before we figure out the actual exercises, what do you want to have as the second day?
As a second day? Well, we could throw legs in there because
Heavy push is not going to tax the legs.
Right.
So we would have heavy legs as day 2.
you go heavy compound legs, like start with the compounds.
Heavy legs. Okay. Now, if we do heavy push, hyper pull, then heavy legs, we're probably going to be due for a active rest or a cardio day on day 3. Or do you feel like you'll be fresh, pretty fresh still?
Well, so we start with heavy push, hyper pull. The next one on upper body would be the opposite, which would be
hyper pull,
heavy
pull, hyper push.
Hyper push. So do you think having heavy legs the day prior to a heavy pull would be affecting? Would it affect?
If I'm doing squats on day 2 and then day 3 I'm doing heavy pull, I'd probably be doing some deadlifts and rows, so probably so.
Okay. So
I'm probably going to want to have...
Yeah, why don't you stick an active rest day in after heavy legs?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Do we want to throw some shoulder work, like some hyper shoulder work into heavy legs? Heavy legs, hyper shoulders?
Potentially. Let's get the bones built out, and then we can put some filler in. So after the active rest, then we would hit it with the heavy pull, hyper push.
Yep. Heavy pull, hypertrophy, push.
Okay.
And then we can swing back around and do some more volume legs on the next day.
Yeah, so I think day 5 would be hyper legs.
Yep.
Hypertrophy legs.
And then we throw cardio in.
Because if we're doing hyper legs, we're probably going to be doing, like 15, 20 rep leg movements. That honestly gets me more sore.
Oh, yeah. You get some blood pumping.
Than the heavy leg movements. Yep. So, yeah, we could do cardio, which would be good because it kind of help clear out some lactate and get us fresh again. So day 6 would be cardio.
So really, that right there could be our 6-day rotation.
Yeah.
Because if you have a 6-day rotation but a 7-day calendar week, it's going to be different every single week.
Okay. So we got heavy push, hyper pull.
Yep.
Heavy legs.
Yep.
Active rest.
Yep.
Heavy pull, hyper push. Mm-hmm. Day 5 is hyper legs. Day 6 is cardio.
Yep. Then after cardio, you start right back at the top and you hit heavy push.
Yeah.
So you give your legs a chance to kind of recover. Yep. You get some cardio knocked out, and you start back over the next day with a heavy approach to push.
Yes. Now, let's think for a second about the shoulders, because we're going to be doing
heavy push. Heavy push can include like some overhead presses, so we can hit shoulders with some intensity on the heavy push day.
And honestly, a lot of the shoulders are weird. Like some people consider some back movement shoulders. Some people consider, like for instance, a reverse fly.
That's going to hit your delts. Yeah.
That's technically a back movement,
but it could
a
be
trap movement.
It could be a pull day.
But it could be a pull day. So we can kind of throw, but we need to have like a dedicated heavy movement for delts and more hypertrophy work. And honestly, I get a lot of benefit from the hypertrophy delts from a growth standpoint, like more so than the heavy movements. Like 15, 20 reps of lateral raises, I think elicits more growth for me than going heavy on like a military press. But I want to do them both.
All right, here we go. How about this? On the day we do heavy legs, let's do hyper shoulders. Because if we hit some shoulders on the day prior as heavy push, then we can hit them with some more volume and some hypertrophy, higher rep range stuff the next day when we hit legs.
So you want to do heavy legs, hyper shoulders?
Yeah. Because then you can even superset. Because if you're going heavy legs, you're probably going to have a couple minutes in between sets of heavy legs. You can grab some lighter weights and whip out some lateral raises.
Probably gonna be
raises.
breathing pretty hard. I might have to
You
just
can
do
still
the
breathe.
shoulders at the
You
end.
can still breathe when you're doing shoulders. Well, I mean, even if you don't superset, you could still throw them in that day.
So it'd be heavy legs, hypertrophy delt work.
Yep.
And then when would our heavy delt day be?
We could do heavy delts on hyperlegs.
On hyperlegs. Okay.
Because then we have a day off. After that is cardio before we come back around and hit heavy push.
Okay. So heavy legs, hyper delts.
See, with this 6-day rotation like this, you're actually hitting everything twice.
Yeah.
So your frequency is decent. And the next time you hit that same group or that same day, that same workout is only 6 days away. 7 days away.
Mundo. I like that. Heavy push, hyper pull, day 1. Day 2, heavy legs, hyper delts. Day 3, active rest. Day 4, heavy pull, hyper push. Day 5, hyper legs, heavy delts. Day 6, cardio.
Yep.
Repeat. Now,
Rinse and repeat.
let's fill in some exercises. Before we do that, we need to have a way to like track like just some baseline metrics. So I don't ever really do like max days, but if we're really going to try and get granular with this and monitor performance over time, it would be nice to have some baseline litmus test lifts that we can throw in. And I know you've been kind of dealing with some injuries.
Well, I got a little tendonitis in one elbow. That's been just.
Is your shoulder doing better?
Shoulder's pretty good. I think just
you went pretty heavy on chest the other day.
Increase in food has been helping that.
So we should probably pick like a movement, like a single movement that's primarily focused on one body part, and then we can just get we can do like a 1 rep max. We can do like a 3 rep max.
I'd say you could even do an estimated 5 rep max or something.
Yeah,
so you don't have to go like all out.
Yeah, we can be flexible with this. But what would those movements be in your opinion?
Well, I mean, bench press is pretty much a staple.
Okay, so I'm just gonna write over here max metrics.
Yeah, like estimated 5 rep max, even 3 rep, something.
So we got just a flat bench press
Mm-hmm.
for chest, obviously.
Yep.
Okay, what else we got?
But a deadlift, that's a good benchmark.
Deadlift. We could do like a standing military press for shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Standing overhead press. What do
Like
you
a
wanna
barbell
use?
press?
Yeah. What do you want to use for legs?
Do we want to do squats?
I'm always pro squats.
Yeah.
So just squat. Is that going to be okay with your spine though?
Yeah. YOLO.
YOLO. All right. So we got chest, we got our back, we got our shoulders, we got our squat for legs.
I mean, those would be like strength markers.
Yeah.
Right.
Do we want to do like a litmus test for arms? We could do like a close grip bench for triceps.
Well, I mean, what if we did like measurements? Because essentially, you don't need to be like,
hey, bro, how much you curl?
Yeah, your strength markers for bicep curls isn't really.
Yeah, pretty irrelevant.
Yeah, but size and.
Some put just circumference measurements as well.
We could even do that for legs.
Yeah.
We could do quads, calves, biceps.
Yeah, when I get measurements, I get neck, I get shoulders, I get chest, arms, waist, thighs.
But
calves.
neither one of us are trying to make our waist any bigger, so we probably can skip that one.
Well, I want to make sure, I like to get the measurements so that I know that it's not getting too big, you know?
Well, we'll tell you.
Yeah, you'll tell me. So we'll get some circumference measurements. We already kind of know what our body fat is via the InBody, but we'll keep taking progress pictures every week and measuring them. All right, so now based off of what we know we want to work on, what our strengths and weaknesses are, let's actually start building out. How much time are we in, Chip? How long have we been going?
34 minutes and 15 seconds.
All right, it's going to be a little bit longer, but I think it'll be worthwhile for people. Let's actually build out the exercises that we want to do. And there's one thing that I really want to try and work on here. Because I like, and you and me are the same way, like we like going to new gyms. We like throwing in different exercises. If we're not feeling squats that day, then we'll do like a leg press or something different.
Plus, I probably will still hit Ozark a day or two a week.
I probably will too with this, honestly.
Yeah.
Because there's some pieces there that I want to leverage.
Yeah, I like to hit a little bit different equipment here and there, and maybe on the weekend I like to zip up to J Street or go to the Forum or go to one of these other local gyms. Cause I do like to, like that's my social event. Yeah. Like,
and we'll still do that. That'll be really good to do on the hyper movements. Cause it's going to be harder to standardize like our squat if we're changing locations and like everything's just a variable.
Right. Because equipment varies. You know, if you do 100 pounds on a chest press machine, plate loaded chest press machine at one gym, and you go to the next gym and you set it to 100 pounds at that gym, it's not going to be the same unless it's the identical piece of equipment. Even cables.
Even cables. So, and we've got like, we're going to go to MI40 while we're in Tampa for Hack Your Health.
Yeah. So
we'll have all that fun stuff.
So I think on days like that, we probably won't log the actual working weights we use. We'll still follow the same.
I probably will
breakdown
for like, because like the dumbbells are going to be the same.
Well, dumbbell work would be the same.
But anytime, it's like for me, the way I can standardize that is anytime I get a litmus test lift, I'll do that here. You know, that way it's always the same.
Yeah,
I know exactly
standardized equipment.
Standardized equipment.
Yep.
And we won't do that every week, obviously. But what I think we should do is like for heavy legs, for instance. We want to have a couple staples that we just like really try and perfect and make measurable improvements on. So like that could be like 3. I mean, if you're doing heavy legs, like 3 solid different movements would be probably all you need. So we should pick those 3 and stick to them and maybe occasionally deviate, but primarily stick to those 3 as opposed to like, okay, this week I'm doing this week I'm doing that. Like let's figure out what those 3 are and then just become masters of them. Let's just do that across the board for every day. So like on day 1, heavy push, hyper pull, what do you want to have as our heavy push movement?
I mean, we can just use a standardized bench, flat barbell bench.
Okay, so we got bench. What else should we add?
And this would be like, we probably wouldn't do like flies on this. In my opinion, we would save that for the hyper push. So heavy push can be more or less primarily compound with maybe a little bit of tricep.
But how many different movements do you want to have for the heavy push?
What do you think, 3 or 4?
Yeah, so heavy push is going to be, chest will be the bench, and then we'll probably want to have a heavy tricep.
What about an incline dumbbell press as well?
I like that. So we can do incline dumbbell. Okay.
So that's a flat perpendicular press, and we have an incline press.
We don't have a decline bench, unfortunately.
Yeah, we do, don't we?
We do. Crystal might be using it at the house.
I swear we had one back there.
But we do. I'll see what she's going to do. If she wants that here, then we can use that.
Otherwise, we can use the cables, set them up high.
What other heavy push movement would you want?
We could just do the decline cable press.
As a heavy movement?
Yeah.
Or as a hypertrophy movement?
As a heavy.
Okay.
Because if you're actually moving at the elbows and you're pressing, that's more of a press than a fly.
Yeah. All right, so we can do decline, cable, press.
Yeah, just standing.
Cable, press. All right.
So there's 3 heavy compound moves.
And our heavy compound movements are probably going to be, what's like with bench? Normally I do like 4 sets, 4 to 5 sets, same as you. But like on some of these like barbell compound movements, I mean, I might do 8 sets of deadlifts to get up to like the heavy working sets.
Your working sets.
So like on those, we may have more than 4 sets, but generally speaking, I would imagine the heavy movements will be around 4 to 5 sets, 3 to 6 reps probably.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do for the hypertrophy pull movements?
That could be your lat pull downs. It could be your seated rows.
Okay. Do we want to change the type of pull downs? Like, do we want to have 1 week we do wide, 1 week we do narrow?
Sure.
Or do we just want to like have it standardized like one?
I think like the hyper, you can put a little bit of flexibility in there because you're kind of trying to hit the muscles with variety. So you could do an overhead wide grip. You could do an underhand closer grip. You could do a neutral grip. There's a bunch of different things that you could do. Just switch it up.
So pull downs for 1. What else you want to do for hyper pull? We got to throw some bicep curls in there somewhere probably too.
Yeah, definitely for hyper pull. So wide grip pull downs or whatever.
And that's
kind of
honestly
pull-downs.
both of our strengths is our arms. So if we've only got like, one bicep a week and one tricep a week, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, 1 to 2
Yeah.
moves is probably all right.
So we got pull downs. What else? We got what's your favorite?
I like a single-handed seated cable row.
A single-handed.
Yep. So it allows you to really get that lat all
Okay.
stretched out in the starting position, and then you can curve it. You can pull it back around you and really get a tight contraction.
All right. So cable row.
Yep. Single-handed.
And then we need at least one more. I guess we can do our bicep. We can do what's your favorite bicep movement? I've honestly been liking those cable preacher curls.
Yeah. Let's do cable preachers.
Okay. All right. Do we need anything else for day 1? Or is that it?
I think we're pretty good.
Okay. Day 2. Heavy legs. All right. So we're going to have squats. We could mix it up and do safety bar squats 1 week and then standard barbell squats the next.
I'll probably do all safety bar because my neck does not agree with traditional.
I'll just put squats, then we'll have that
Yeah.
flexibility.
Yeah.
So we got squats, okay?
That'll be the primary leg mover that day.
Yeah.
Starting point.
What other heavy leg movement do you want? I feel like with your glute focus being something,
Do some hip
we got
thrusts?
to do some hip thrusts. Yeah, so let's throw some hip thrusts in there. All right. What else? We need another.
One more leg.
Yeah, we could do.
I'm gonna do like a SLDL.
I feel like I'm gonna get that pretty good.
You're probably
when I
gonna
do
get that on your pull
deadlifts.
day. Yeah.
What if we did? If we wanted to make our heavy leg day always fall on Ozark Day, but they don't have that safety bar that we do.
They do have a safety bar, but there's
It's
some.
not as good as mine though. I like that one that we got.
Yeah.
We could do like heavy lunges
Oh, there
or
you
a
go.
heavy good morning.
Yeah.
Which do those?
I'd probably be more of a lunge than a good morning.
Dumbbell or barbell?
Probably dumbbell.
Dumbbell lunge.
Yeah.
Okay. Dumbbell lunge. Okay. What do we want our hyper delt movements to be?
I'd say lateral raises.
Just dumbbell, cable,
Yeah. Dumbbell's good.
dumbbell laterals. Okay. What else?
About I mean,
You got to do some kind of rear delt
we
work.
could do front raises, and we could do like a face pull or something,
Yeah, let's do
or an upright row. No, that's more lateral.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's
that's
do
more side.
let's do front raises.
Rear flies.
Yeah, let's do cable rear flies. I feel those really
Okay.
good. Cable rear fly. Okay. All right. Now we got active rest day, so we're good there. 4 heavy pull. What we got?
So heavy pull would be starting with your big compound movers,
Do the deadlifts.
barbell deads.
I know you're excited about that one.
Well, I need to work on my weak points, right?
Yeah, that's a good one. All right. What else we got for heavy pull?
How about
I feel like we could do like a row.
I was gonna say a bent over dumbbell row.
Yeah, we could do I mean, honestly, I might throw in barbell rows. Like if I'm just gonna go heavy on that heavy pull day, I feel like a barbell row.
Okay. I'm gonna put in mine barbell / DB, BB / DB rows.
Okay. What else? We need one more heavy pull.
What about just pull-ups?
I do pull-ups every day. It's
Yeah,
kind of like a
that's true.
non-negotiable. We could do
You do a close grip pull down.
close grip pull down,
Mm-hmm.
and then just we could do like negatives and stuff on that too.
Sure.
Or like forced reps and stuff. So we'll do a close grip pull down. Okay. Then hyper push.
So here's where you could throw in a little bit more volume with
Yeah.
chest.
So we got like you want to do dumbbell fly or cable fly?
Either one.
Let's do a cable fly.
Okay. Cable flies.
Cable crossovers. Triceps, I really like those. You got 3 heads on the tricep. When you're doing a skull crusher type movement, you're going to have more activation of those 3 heads and a better extension than any other movement.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like we should do the cable skull crushers with that bench that we set
That's
up.
exactly what I was going to say.
That's like my favorite tricep
Because
movement.
if you can start your triceps in the stretch position under tension.
So cable skull crushers?
Yeah, you get a long range of motion.
Yeah. Okay. What else we got for hyper push?
We could just do, you could even do an underhand cable pull down.
An underhand
Or a rope.
cable pull down for triceps. Do we want to do any type of, well, we got a separate day for delts. Yeah, we could do that. Cable fly for chest, cable skull crusher for triceps. So yeah, we can do like what about like a supinated or something?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like a single arm tricep movement, tricep pull down. Single. I do like that cross body tricep pull down with the rope.
Bingo.
Yeah. Okay. All right, day 5.
Hyper legs. This is where we can really hone in on quads, hammies, calves, like the single joint stuff with intensity.
Yeah. I feel like of all the days that make sense for us to train at the other gym, it would be hyper legs, because then we can leverage all of their leg machines.
Because he's got several quad extensions.
And he's got the
lying hammy
adductor and
curl.
adductor.
Yeah. Yep.
So what if we did single leg extensions?
Yep.
Leg extensions. And then we did laying hamstring curls.
Okay. Prone hammies.
And then we supersetted the abductors and adductors.
You know, that's called good girls and bad girls.
That's what Will calls them, yeah.
I learned
Like
that this
it?
year. Yeah. Good guys and bad guys.
Yeah.
Extensions, prone hammies, adduct and abduct.
Mm-hmm. And then we need to throw in some heavy delts on that day as well.
What about calves? You want to throw calves in there?
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably superset with calves and abs kind of just like throughout.
And
Like,
the cool
I'm not
thing,
really counting that, but we'll probably just throw that as a superset.
the cool thing is there's like a couple different ways we can hit calves at Ozark.
Yeah.
They've got several machines, standing, seated. That's kind of, and then heavy delts. Which we
And
just
then
did.
if one thing that we could do is we could alternate between single leg extensions and sissy squats on that hack,
Like a hack
hack
squat?
squat.
Yeah.
Like those feel really good. I'm just gonna put a little note here. Sissies. We can like alternate those every week or something. All right, so heavy delts.
Yep.
I think we should do. Honestly, if we're gonna make the standing overhead press kind of like our benchmark, we should probably have that in.
Dumbbells.
Dumbbells. We could alternate 1 week do dumbbells, one.
Oh,
week do-
he's even got a, well,
You got the
yeah,
machine.
I was going to say he's got a plate loaded
Yeah.
shoulder press.
But I can go way heavier on that than I can with free weights.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's not really reflective.
Well, you're not working any stabilizers.
Right. So I feel like we should, since we're going to have standing overhead press with the barbell as one of our benchmark litmus tests,
So
we should have that.
Barbell overheads?
Yeah.
BBOHP.
OHP.
Okay. Overhead press.
Yeah. All right. What else we want to throw in there for heavy delts?
What if we just went really heavy with,
That plate loaded machine?
well, I was thinking even just some laterals. Like
Yeah.
you really
like crazy
you
heavy
swing them
dumbbell?
up there and just work on the negatives.
Yeah. So dumbbell
Dumbbell laterals.
laterals.
Because the next day is a cardio day, so they'll have a chance to kind of reset until we hit heavy push day.
All right. Do we want to throw anything else for heavy delts, or is that good?
Want to hit a rear delt or a trap or anything?
Yeah, we got
I hate working traps because every time I do, I get tension headaches for like a month.
yeah.
With when I go
We
heavy.
could so he's got that seal row set up. We could just do a prone barbell shrug with that. That may be good from a tension
That's
headache
cool.
standpoint.
Let's try that.
So yeah,
we'll play with some heavy shrugs of some sort.
Yeah, I like it. He's also got that. I don't even know what it's called, but it's got like the pads where you can put your legs up to do like isolated or unilateral like lunges and stuff. That loaded machine.
Yeah.
That's pretty good for shrugs.
Okay.
So we can do some variation of shrug on heavy delt day.
Okay. And then the last day in this rotation, day number
Cardio.
6, is cardio day. So you end up hitting each muscle with varying intensity, a heavier day and a hyper day or volume day. So now if we're going to assign like rep ranges to the heavy approach,
Yeah, I think.
are you thinking like 5 to 8 in your working sets?
Yes. Probably honestly 4 to 8.
Okay.
And then what I'll probably do is I like hitting failure, especially on my heavy days for that last set. So if I'm trying to progressively overload that weight, and let's say I'm doing deadlifts and I'm up to 455 at the end of it and it's 8 sets in, I may only get it for 3 reps where the target was 5, So having that range of 4 to 8.
You're using a little discretionary.
And then here's another thing I want to do. If we're doing high intensity on these heavy days and we're roughly targeting 4 sets, we probably don't want to just go in balls to the wall cold.
Oh, absolutely not.
So like we'll have like 2 warm-up sets.
Oh, yeah.
And then maybe 2 working sets. So 4 sets total. But then on that final working set, let's do a drop set.
Okay. So you get a little bit extra volume out of it.
Yeah, a little bit extra volume out of
We
it.
could even have 3 or 4 working sets.
Yeah, I like it. But we'll roughly target 4 to 8 reps and 4 to 5 sets.
Yeah.
And then on the hypertrophy days, we've got, I'm going to put 4 to 5 sets plus drop set. On the hyper days, what I really want to do is really double down on time under tension and maybe target 12 to 15 reps.
That's what I was just going to say.
Yeah, 12 to 15 reps, but like go obnoxiously slow.
Yeah. Oh, it's painful.
When I've done that, I get a way better pump as well. And if we do that properly, fully getting that stretch, we'll be able to recover way better for the next heavy day.
Yes.
Doing that same body part.
Get some blood pumped in there.
Yeah, so we'll target 12 to 15 reps.
Focusing on slow eccentrics.
Yeah, greater time under tension. TUT, T-U-T. Thing about that is like not getting bored with it. Because like if we're rotating like you're doing it, then I'm doing it and vice versa, I'm just going to get antsy. And like that's probably when we'll throw our calves in. Calves and abs and stuff like that.
We'll figure it out as we move through it.
Yeah, but I like it. We miss
I might
anything?
just find a different partner to work out with.
Yeah.
As far as working sets for hyper, are you thinking still like?
We can just go right into it there. Because, I mean, if we're going slow.
But I mean like 3 or 4 working sets?
Yeah, probably 3 or 4.
Okay.
I mean, the first set will just pretty much be a warm-up set.
Dynamic warm-up.
But then we can pretty much go into the next 3 sets being working
Actually
sets.
working
And
in
we
the
can get
rep range.
progressively
Yep.
heavier as we're able.
Yep.
So we may start out with like 15 reps, and by the end of it, maybe only doing 12 reps. But not sacrificing on the time under tension and just like not swinging anything. Like on the hypertrophy movements.
Oh, yeah, you want to control them.
Yeah, it's just perfectly controlled the entire
And if
time.
you can't control them for a solid 12 to 15 reps, then you're going too heavy.
Exactly. No ego lifting here. The ego lifting's for the heavy days.
Yeah. We have Britney Spears.
But
cranking.
I don't want there to be any ego lifting because I want to like have supreme confidence in my ability to control the weight on the heavy days. Like I don't want the music to have to be right, the stars to be aligned. I mean, have the right amount of chalk and the right song playing in order to hit 500 pounds on deadlift. Like I want to just be able to walk in there, cool, calm, and collected, pick it up, and it looked the exact same as if I was picking up 135. Like just solid. So.
And that takes a lot of time for someone to work up to if they're new
Yeah.
in the resistance training game. Like I've seen high school kids go in the gym and they just load the barbell up, 4, 5, 6 plates, and they're going to deadlift it. And they've never even lifted half that, but all their buddies are around and they want to see, and then they go home and they don't come to the gym for 6 months because they broke something, tore something, injured something.
Yeah. You got to look like you know what you're doing.
So you got to,
know
like,
what you're doing.
if you're starting as a beginner, this can still work as a beginner, but maybe not be the best approach. This is probably going to appeal more to people with a little bit of experience, but
The thing about this
bite off
like
more than you
hypertrophy
can chew.
movements too is like, you know, like we might be doing. Do we have any other curls in there? We've only got one curl movement, right?
Yeah, I was just going to say maybe because we've got two tries in there, we probably we'll figure out a second bicep.
Yeah. But like using that as an example, like, I mean, if you're doing, you could do 15-pound dumbbells for bicep curls, and you can freaking make those
Absolutely.
things hurt.
Absolutely.
So yeah, there's really no ego lifting here. So I got a plan. You got a plan. We got a plan. I'm excited about it.
I am too.
I'm going to build this out into the training app, and then that will be public for anybody that wants it.
Yep.
So
I've been craving this. Like, we've been doing full body, which has worked awesome, and it's fun and appealing, but we've been doing it since January. And I'm like, man.
I've been doing it for long before that.
Right. And I'm like, man, I really liked that. This is what I liked the most out of any type of workout split or approach I've ever done. I've always come back to this heavy hyper split in like a 5, 6, 7 day rotation, because you're hitting the muscles from different angles, different movements, different intensities. You get sore, then you recover, then you get sore, then you know.
And what I really am excited about doing is I want us to get these litmus test benchmarks, and then, like, the cool thing about that app, and you're going to start using the app now that we're doing this, right?
Yeah, there was a bug with it that I haven't used it since. I think they ironed out that one bug for the Android version.
It's because you're using Android, man.
Never
but
go on iPhone.
now that you're going to be using the app, the cool thing about it is that you can see what your prior lift was for a given movement and know what you got to try and beat. And then it also measures out your PRs, your maxes, and your volume over time. So what I want to ensure is over the next year, we see all of those metrics trending in the right direction. So
Yeah.
that's the plan, man.
It's good to have some goals, like,
Right.
established
And this week
and written out.
is kind of a deload for us.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to let this elbow do its thing and
Yeah.
do some stretching. And
Let's recover this week. I'll start throwing some heavy weight around on a few days, but like I'm traveling this weekend as well. But we'll build out this in the training app this week, and then we'll tackle it starting Monday, which is what, the 20.
And hopefully it's built out by the time you guys hear this podcast.
It will be, yeah, for sure. For sure. We might do that today.
Yep.
All right. Awesome. Good to have
That's
you
a
as
good
a workout
combo.
partner.
Yeah.
Bro.
I'm excited to switch up the training a little bit.
I am too. I'm excited to take pictures, have
Track
the
some metrics.
timestamp to know what it is, and then, change, measure it, as we go and see the changes. So it'll be good, man. It'll be good. Till
Thanks
next
for
time,
joining
y'all.
us, guys.
Ta-ta for now.
Bye.